move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it.
Welcome back to I Like to Move It, your go-to podcast for everything related to material handling, supply chains, and the technologies that keep the world moving. I'm your host, Mr. R, and I'm joined by the insightful and ever-curious Alice. Hi, Alice.
Hi, Mr. R. It's always a pleasure to dive into these topics with you. Today, we're diving into something that's critical for businesses of all sizes: inventory strategies, and why the quality of your conveyor components can truly make or break your operations.
Absolutely. Global supply chains have had their fair share of challenges lately. Delays, disruptions, and rising transportation costs. It's been a roller coaster for logistics managers.
And that's put a huge focus on the warehouse. It's no longer just a place to store goods. It's the heart of supply chain efficiency, helping businesses stay competitive while managing costs and boosting customer satisfaction.
Exactly, Alice. But to manage a warehouse effectively, it all starts with inventory classification. So today, let's break down some key methods and trends shaping inventory management for the future.
Mr. R, you mentioned earlier the importance of inventory classification. Can you share some more details on how companies approach this?
Absolutely, Alice. Let's take a deeper dive into the methods and how they impact overall efficiency. One of the most widely used methods for inventory classification is the ABC method, based on Pareto's principle, which suggests that roughly 80% of the value of a company's inventory is tied up in just 20% of its items. This means that a small percentage of items, the Class A items, account for the largest portion of the warehouse's total value.
So these Class A items are high-value, high-rotation goods that businesses need to keep a close eye on.
Exactly. It's a strategy that maximizes the attention and resources given to the most critical items. In fact, according to a 2023 study by Statista, around 15% to 20% of products in warehouses typically make up 70% to 80% of total sales revenue. That's why Class A items are essential to track with precision.
That makes sense. So what about the other two categories, Class B and Class C?
Great question. Class B items are typically moderate value and moderate rotation products. They require less frequent attention than Class A, but still need to be managed carefully. According to industry data, Class B items make up about 30% of the inventory value and account for roughly 25% to 30% of total product sales. They're often tracked less rigorously, but should still be replenished in a timely manner.
And Class C? These items are usually lower value and less frequently sold, right?
Yes, exactly. Class C items represent a large portion of the inventory, often up to 50% or more of the total stock. However, they contribute very little to the overall value, sometimes as low as 5 to 10% of total sales revenue. Because of this, companies can afford to hold these items with less oversight, focusing on just-in-time inventory or simpler replenishment strategies.
So Class A is all about the VIP treatment, Class B requires moderate attention, and Class C is mostly about ensuring you don't overstock low-value products. But there are also other ways of classifying inventory, right?
Absolutely. Another common method is classification by value, or rotation, where businesses focus either on the economic contribution of each item or how frequently it moves in and out of the warehouse. A recent report by Supply Chain 24/7 found that businesses focusing on high-rotation products experienced a 40% reduction in order fulfillment time, proving that speed is key to profitability.
So companies can really benefit from optimizing high-rotation inventory, especially in industries where time is of the essence, like e-commerce or retail.
Exactly. And then, of course, there's the FIFO, first in, first out method, which is especially crucial in industries where expiration dates matter, like food, pharmaceuticals, or chemicals. A 2023 survey by Logistics Management indicated that companies implementing FIFO saw a 30% improvement in inventory turnover in industries with time-sensitive products.
That's impressive. And on the flip side, you have LIFO, last in, first out, which is great for industries with fluctuating costs. But managing this method requires caution, right?
Correct. LIFO can help businesses manage price fluctuations in certain sectors, like metals or chemicals, where costs can vary significantly. However, it requires careful attention to avoid stockpiling outdated products. A study by Deloitte found that companies using LIFO saw 5 to 7% higher inventory holding costs due to the need for constant price adjustments.
That's something to keep in mind, especially if you're in a volatile market. And then, we can't forget the debate between just-in-time, JIT, and just-in-case, JIC, right?
Right. JIT focuses on minimizing inventory by having goods delivered exactly when needed, but given recent global supply chain disruptions, many companies have been shifting toward JIC, just in case, which involves holding larger stock reserves to be prepared for unforeseen events. According to a 2024 McKinsey & Company report, 80% of surveyed businesses adopted JIC strategies post-pandemic to counteract supply chain shocks. Interestingly, this shift has led to a 15% increase in warehousing costs, but also increased resilience.
Wow, so flexibility is really the name of the game now. It's about balancing efficiency and preparedness.
Exactly. Businesses must stay agile and ready to adapt to changes in demand, supply chain interruptions, and global shifts. All of this really comes down to how well you manage your inventory, and the right classification strategy can make a huge difference in achieving that.
Technology is revolutionizing the way warehouses are operating, and I'm not just talking about automation. There's so much more to it. Mr. R, how do you see technology changing inventory management?
Great question, Alice. Technology is absolutely reshaping the landscape of inventory management. We're seeing a surge in AI-powered forecasting, robotic systems, and even the use of digital twins to predict and simulate inventory movements. In fact, according to a 2023 report by PwC, 60% of warehouses have adopted some form of automation or AI within their operations, and this number is expected to rise to 80% by 2025.
That's a huge increase in just a few years. What do you think is driving this rapid adoption of technology?
A big part of it is the increasing need for speed and accuracy in order fulfillment. In sectors like e-commerce, where customer expectations are at an all-time high, companies can't afford delays. A study by Capgemini Research from late 2022 found that 74% of retailers who implemented AI-based forecasting saw improvements in both stock accuracy and demand prediction, which helped reduce excess inventory by 15–20% and improve stockouts by 12–18%.
It's incredible how much AI can improve efficiency. But what about robotics? How are robots fitting into warehouse operations?
Robots are becoming an integral part of the warehouse ecosystem. They're being used for everything from order picking to transporting goods around the warehouse. According to a 2023 study by Research and Markets, the global warehouse robotics market was valued at USD 6.6 billion in 2023 and is projected to reach USD 17.4 billion by 2028, growing at a CAGR of 21.3%.
That's some serious growth. So it sounds like robots are streamlining the flow of goods within warehouses, reducing manual labor, and improving accuracy.
Absolutely. These robots can operate 24/7 without fatigue, which boosts productivity significantly. In fact, companies that implemented warehouse robots in their systems saw an average of 30% reduction in labor costs and 20% improvement in order fulfillment time. This kind of efficiency is especially crucial in industries like retail, where speed is essential and labor shortages are becoming more common.
It's amazing to see how technology is not just making things faster, but also more sustainable. I know sustainability is another key focus in the logistics space. How is tech playing a role in this?
You're spot on, Alice. Sustainability is becoming a priority for companies, especially with increasing pressure to reduce carbon footprints. In fact, a 2023 survey by McKinsey & Company found that 70% of logistics executives have started to integrate sustainable practices into their supply chain strategies. Technology is helping companies achieve their sustainability goals in several ways. For example, automated inventory management systems can help reduce overstocking and stockouts, which in turn reduces waste. Also, green logistics technologies such as electric-powered automated guided vehicles, AGVs, and energy-efficient robotic systems are reducing energy consumption in warehouses.
That's fascinating. So not only are these technologies helping companies improve efficiency, but they're also making supply chains more environmentally friendly.
Exactly. And speaking of technology, one of the most exciting developments we're seeing is the rise of digital twins, virtual replicas of physical inventory and warehouse operations. By using sensors and real-time data, businesses can create a digital version of their entire warehouse, allowing them to simulate different scenarios and optimize storage, flow, and even demand forecasting.
Digital twins seem like a game changer. Can you give us some real-world examples of how companies are using them?
Absolutely. Take Amazon, for example. They've been using digital twins in their warehouses to predict demand, optimize inventory placement, and simulate various operational scenarios. By analyzing real-time data from warehouse operations, Amazon has been able to reduce stockouts by 10% and optimize order picking routes, cutting down the distance robots travel by 15–20%.
That's remarkable. It's almost like companies now have a superpower to predict and react to changes in their warehouses before they even happen.
That's exactly the idea. Real-time data, combined with advanced algorithms, allows businesses to make smarter, faster decisions that result in higher efficiency and lower costs. A report by DHL from 2023 found that 80% of supply chain professionals believe that digital twins will become a key part of their operations within the next 3 years, and many of them expect to see a 15–25% improvement in operational efficiency after fully integrating them.
The more we talk about it, the more it becomes clear how much potential technology has in transforming the warehouse. From AI-driven forecasting to robotics and digital twins, the future of inventory management looks incredibly exciting.
Absolutely, Alice. And with more businesses adopting these technologies, we're going to see even greater efficiencies, sustainability improvements, and cost savings in the years ahead. It's an exciting time for logistics.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for breaking all that down, Mr. R. It's clear that technology is not just a trend, it's the future of logistics. Now let's pivot to a critical aspect of material handling that often goes unnoticed: the conveyor components. Mr. R, why are these components so important for smooth operations in warehouses?
That's a great question, Alice. When you think about it, conveyors are the lifeblood of material handling systems. They're responsible for moving goods from one point to another, and the components that make up these systems, like rollers, motorized rollers, and drum motors, are what keep everything flowing smoothly.
Absolutely. But not all components are created equal, right?
Exactly. The quality of these components is paramount. High-quality components ensure not only efficiency, but also reliability and minimal downtime. For example, if your rollers are prone to wear and tear, you'll experience delays and increased maintenance costs. According to a 2023 report from Logistics Management, 73% of companies with high-quality, durable conveyor components reported 20–25% fewer breakdowns and an 18% reduction in overall maintenance costs.
So investing in quality components is really about long-term savings, right?
Absolutely. High-quality rollers and motorized components are built to withstand heavy use, extreme loads, and even harsh environments. They don't just ensure reliability, they also provide peace of mind knowing that your system can handle peak performance without breaking down.
Speaking of which, Rulmeca has a huge variety of components to suit any material handling need. What makes their offerings stand out in this crowded market?
Rulmeca is known for its wide range of conveyor components, including standard and motorized rollers, drum motors. One of the standout features is their ability to provide customized solutions for a variety of industries, from food and beverage to mining and logistics. Whether it's a small, lightweight conveyor system or a heavy-duty industrial setup, Rulmeca has a component to match the specific needs of the operation.
So it's not just about having options, but also about getting the right fit for each application.
Exactly, and the quality of Rulmeca's components really sets them apart. Take their motorized rollers, for example. They are designed for maximum durability and energy efficiency. In fact, studies show that companies using high-efficiency motorized rollers can reduce energy consumption by up to 30%, making a significant impact on both operational costs and sustainability goals.
That's impressive. But what about their drum motors? How do they compare to other options on the market?
Rulmeca's drum motors are another key part of their offering. These motors are compact, reliable, and designed for minimal maintenance, which is crucial for industries where downtime can be costly. Their motorized drum systems also help reduce the number of external moving parts, which in turn lowers the risk of breakdowns. Companies that choose Rulmeca's drum motors often report a reduction in maintenance time, as well as fewer motor failures compared to other options.
So it's clear that these components are designed to work seamlessly, even in the most demanding environments. And with the variety that Rulmeca offers, businesses can tailor their conveyor systems to fit their exact needs.
That's the beauty of it. Whether you're running a high-speed production line or a heavy-duty mining operation, Rulmeca provides components that can perform reliably under pressure, and all of their products are designed with longevity in mind. Their commitment to quality ensures that every component is tested and built to meet rigorous industry standards.
That's exactly what businesses need today. Components that perform under the toughest conditions, reduce maintenance, and keep everything moving smoothly. It's about optimizing operations and minimizing interruptions.
Exactly, Alice. Whether you're handling lightweight materials or dealing with highly demanding loads, Rulmeca's components offer the durability, efficiency, and performance needed to keep operations running without a hitch. It's a perfect example of how choosing the right quality components can make a world of difference in material handling.
Well, I think it's safe to say that quality conveyor components are the unsung heroes of material handling. Without them, everything would grind to a halt.
That's it for today's episode of I Like to Move It. We've discussed inventory strategies, emerging trends, and the crucial role of quality components in keeping everything moving smoothly.
Whether you're managing inventory or investing in conveyor systems, choosing the right tools and strategies really makes all the difference.
Absolutely, Alice. Thanks to our listeners for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and join us next time for more insights into the world of material handling.
Until then, keep things moving smoothly and efficiently. Bye, everyone.
Bye, folks. Take care and keep being awesome.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it.